Further discussion? Yes, right here in the front row.
Carol Gray, Precinct 7. I would urge people to vote no on the higher amount and yes on the lower amount. And I therefore support not funding the Economic Development Director for the cost of $85,000. And that's for several reasons. One is that I was very pleased that town meeting showing a consensus evolving in the town about caring for social services and for providing services for low-income residents. We appropriated an additional $105,000 on Monday, and to be careful with our budget, we can make sure that only $20,000 of that comes out of reserves if we do not fund this additional position. So in other words, 105 minus 85, this is very good for our budget. We don't come out over budget very much. A second thing is that it seems we're doing well, even without an economic development director. We've got a AA +++++ rating, which I think is, I'm adding too many pluses, but that's commending the people, the town manager and our finance director. We are almost at 13% of the 15% we want to get to in reserves. That's very good. We're adding 2 new police officers. We're adding some other positions. We're talking about adding a clinic in the bottom of the Bang Center. That's all very good. And I also think, what could that money go for in future years? That same position could fund 4 Cambodian outreach workers. It could fund 2 teachers. It could fully fund language programs for the entire 7th grade instead of just half the 7th grade, which is what we have now. And aren't those things that we care about? It's things that I certainly care about. I also worry that sometimes economic development people go in directions that we don't necessarily like. For example, the 5-story buildings in the middle of downtown. For example, the Patterson project several years ago. And also there's ways to save money. For example, we have a big tax break coming up for developers that will cost the town hundreds of thousands in taxes if we approve it. We can save money by not giving big tax breaks to developers.
You're straying off topic a bit here, so let's try and...
No, it's actually very related because it's about...
Let's try and bring it in.
It's about saving money, and this is all about having an economically sustainable town. It's completely on topic. Other ways to save money are, we have one of the largest planning departments in the whole area. Some of those salaries are in the $100,000 range.
Excuse me, I need to interrupt you for a point of order.
I'm sorry, the clock was stopped.
Yes, could we get the clock working?
I wouldn't want to keep you past 3.
Was it flashing red, or was it just stopped? I didn't notice it. Yes. Why don't you finish up this sentence, because you've already gone over on your time. Thank you.
Well, you could start the clock. Thank you. So
You've got 1 sentence left, okay? Excuse me. I noted what time Ms. Gray started, which was 8:05. So it's already been over 3 minutes. So even with the interruptions, she's already had her 3 minutes. I'm giving her 1 more sentence. You may proceed.
I would encourage that we have an even-handed debate, and the 4 speakers before were all in a row against this amendment. So I'd urge you to have more speakers that are in favor of this amendment, and then to alternate speakers. And please vote no on the higher amount and yes on the lower amount. Thank you.
Is there further discussion?